Just to be sure, there's a spoiler. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has a looming tragedy that it can't tackle until after a few more seasons. Now that Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 2 is approaching this fall, viewers are waiting to see how close it gets to its predecessor, especially when it comes to the relationship between brothers Georgie and Sheldon Cooper. The brothers had a falling out that wasn't deeply dissected until The Big Bang Theory season 11. With Georgie and Mandy's first marriage taking place before TBBT, the sitcom will eventually reach a point where the brothers have their quarrel and stop speaking to each other, showcasing Georgie's side of the feud compared to Sheldon's. Welcome to Movie Spy. Georgie and Sheldon are estranged for over a decade in The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon Cooper was transparent about his issues with Georgie and his family from the start on The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon made it clear that his brother was a ruthless bully with whom they had no common ground. By the time Sheldon was getting ready to marry Amy Farrah Fowler towards the end of the series, he and Georgie had not talked for 10 years. It wasn't until season 11 that fans got to meet adult Georgie. The two eventually repaired their relationship after a decade of angst, and Georgie attended Sheldon and Amy's wedding. If that's the given time frame, Sheldon was around 27 years old at the start of the feud. He's much younger in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, meaning the series has a long way to go until the feud heats up. We need to see the pressures Georgie faces in the spin-off to understand his POV. Fans of the Big Bang Theory universe saw small sprinkles of tension between Georgie and Sheldon Cooper in young Sheldon. The series did a good job of showing that kids in the same household could have two completely different perspectives on their childhood. Georgie became the man of the house after their father died, putting a lot of pressure on his shoulders at a young age. It didn't help that Sheldon was mentally checked out and focused on life outside of Texas. Georgie resented Sheldon for leaving their family during such a critical time. The spin-off gives Georgie the chance to share his side of the story as opposed to Sheldon's, especially since Sheldon is absent from the series. Young Sheldon proved that Sheldon was an unreliable narrator, altering truths for his narrative. While Sheldon made his point on TBBT, it's now time for Georgie to show his, making audiences more sympathetic. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has to build up to their falling out just like young Sheldon did with George's death. Georgie and Sheldon's fallout in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage should be a slow burn. Once George Sr. passed away, the resentment Georgie has for Sheldon slowly grew. While Sheldon is in California, Georgie is a young dad trying to make ends meet for his family while living with his in-laws. Tension between the brothers will build, and that's when the proper fallout occurs. However, if Georgie and Mandy is following a strict timeline, their fallout won't happen on screen for a few more seasons. The demise of their relationship will be far more impactful now that audiences know the characters. If Georgie and Mandy's first marriage does it right, fans will finally get the chance to see Georgie's side of the events. Thanks for watching.